Just before this video starts, I want to pay my respects to Vichai Sriadana Prabha and the 5 people involved in the Leicester City helicopter crash on Friday night. Rest in peace to the 5 people that tragically their lives were taken. Topic of your choice. This time around, the Betfred Cup double header. On to today's video. The poll that I ran on my Twitter account gave me the topic for this week's episode, and lo and behold, I'm talking about Scottish football once again, as it got the majority of the votes. So, the Betfred Cup double header. Enjoy. I just want to say, the SPFL/the SFA, when they eventually got their shit together and got this fixture organised the way it should have been done in the first place, it worked out well for all parties concerned. What a day for Scottish football. Over 100,000 spectators inside Hampden and Murrayfield altogether in one day. Round of applause for the lads. So, first up was Hearts against Celtic at Murrayfield. When the lineups came out for this one, I was actually quite shocked, because with Celtic having so many changes for the European game in midweek there, I thought they were going to be in a similar kind of situation going into this game, which made me think Hearts might have had more of a chance on the basis of what was just on paper. But the Celtic lineup was far stronger than I thought it would have been. James Forrest, Tom Rogic, players like that were back in, and I kind of had a sneaky feeling that Celtic would sneak it anyway, just because of the quality that came into their side in comparison to midweek in Europe. The game started with a regular occurrence in Scottish football, a dodgy refereeing decision by Willie Collum. There was no way it was an elbow in the face by Stevie McLean on Lustig, but Lustig goes down grabbing his face, and I mean, come on man, get a grip. And then it was the first thing on a bad day for Hearts. Their captain Stevie Naismith went off with an injury. Celtic fans obviously loved that because of Naismith's kind of ties with both Hearts and Rangers, but it was a completely different feel for Hearts fans, and that was just 10 minutes into the game. The rest of the half was pretty evenly contested. Celtic maybe perhaps just sneaked it on pressure and kind of chances created over the 45 minutes themselves, but Hearts had definitely put up a fine fight for themselves and definitely showed why they deserved to be there. Stevie McLean though, what a sneaky guy. Kouassi went off no long after that. I wonder if that was anything to do with it. It's certainly unorthodox. Half time then came, of course it was 0-0 at that time, and Celtic had to make a forced change as Ncham went off with an injury, and they brought on Ryan Christie, and within 10 minutes of the second half being underway, he'd created the chance for Celtic to score from the penalty spot after a kinda dubious decision for the penalty. But in modern football, I can't say I'm that surprised to see that given, because most attackers will go down these days with kinda minimal contact. There was slight contact by the Hearts player, but I think it probably was enough, as I said, in modern football, for any attacker to go down. Scott Sinclair scored from the spot, and Celtic went 1-0 up. Probably deserved over the course of the game so far, but definitely since the half-time interval, Christie came on and kind of changed the game, and he did so from then on out. It has to be said though, Hearts were very unlucky in these kind of situations. A sort of dubious penalty call, and then within 10 minutes after the penalty went in, Bobby Zamal had a Loris Karius moment. The shot did take a slight deflection, but really that had to be grabbed. It wasn't really that much of a deflection to really unsight the keeper, and it was a bit of a howler for the guy. The ball was put in the net by Forrest after Zamal tried to rescue it, but I think the ball was clearly over the line before Zamal actually got the chance to bring it back out the net. Then Ryan Christie got involved again by scoring an absolutely fantastic goal, pretty much passing it right into the top right hand corner with tremendous accuracy. And if I'm being honest, it's those type of goals that deserve to win games like this. Big games deserve big goals, and that was definitely one of them for Ryan Christie. A player that's been kinda underused at Celtic since he went there, but there's no doubt he's got talent, and there's no doubt that that goal definitely showed how much talent he has. So the sub came on and changed the game. It was an enforced change due to an injury, but the sub came on and changed the game completely. It all comes down to who you decide to put on the pitch at what times. Take note, Alan Johnson, that's how to do it. The game finished 3-0, and ultimately Hearts were unlucky in some points of the game. The dubious penalty call, the horrendous mistake for Bobby Zamal, and then by that time Celtic were in their stride, and once Celtic are in their stride, there's not many teams that can stop them. 99.9% of the time Celtic are going to go on and win the game if they're in their stride like they were. So Celtic were the first team through to the Betfred Cup final in the double header yesterday. Then it was on to Aberdeen v Rangers at Hampden. There were changes for both lineups going into this one, but for Rangers, Umar Sadiq got a start. Bloody Umar Sadiq. It's already a crazy game. The first half was again a bit of a 50-50 contest, quite similar to the Celtic Hearts game. No real action. Andy Considine went off with an injury that looks pretty serious because Andy Considine isn't really the type of player to go down and stay down unless it's something serious. So best wishes to him, of course. And then the only other kind of eventful thing was, due to Andy Considine's injury, there was 8 minutes added on time. Rangers had a wee penalty call in there. It did look like Shinnie did get the ball, so that's not really a topic of discussion really. Just kind of try to cling on to something that did happen in the first half because it was quite a kind of nitty gritty affair. So the second half started and Rangers really started to mount the pressure. That lasted for around 30 minutes of the game, and then all of a sudden Aberdeen got a goal. I'm not going to lie, I was quite shocked when Aberdeen went 1-0 up. They hadn't really mounted anything in the second half so far, and if the saying against the run of play exists, then that's exactly what that meant yesterday. Football, eh? Nothing's ever certain. And then Umar Sadiq went through, the number 9 for Rangers, running through on goal, but he dived. He chose to take it around the keeper and not slot it past. He chose to dive. And if I'm being honest, as a footballer, I'm just really not convinced by the guy. He got booked for it, and rightfully so. Aberdeen then proceeded to do exactly what you'd expect them to do. They took the number 9 off in favour of a defensive option, and it's exactly what you'd expect Derek McInnes to do when a cup final's up for grabs. So of course the final whistle then went, and it was Aberdeen 1, Rangers 0. And it's got to be really disappointing for Rangers. The amount of press that they've got going into this game, how they've been chatting about being a completely new unit. Even me myself expecting Rangers to go on and really compete for things this season. But for it to fall flat like that, it doesn't really speak highly about Rangers. They dominated the vast majority of that game and they took absolutely zero from it. It's got to be heartbreaking for the fans and everyone involved at the club really. The less said about the Rangers display the better, but Aberdeen's display before the start of the game was outnumbered but never outfought, and you can't really say that didn't paint the picture for this game. So now, the Betfred Cup final between Celtic and Aberdeen. My prediction for that, I've got to say Celtic. I've just have to. We've seen this fixture before, even in the last few years, and Aberdeen have never really looked like coming out on top. So if I was putting any money on it, I'd definitely put my money on Celtic. They've had the better hand at Aberdeen in these type of games, and especially when it's a cup that's up for grabs, I don't see any reason why Celtic won't play 100% and go through and get their first silverware of the season. So that's it for this video guys. Cheers for watching. If you did enjoy, please give it a like. Comment down below what you thought about the game itself, what you thought about the both games and the overall, the day itself, the whole spectacle around having 2 games in 2 different venues on the same day. Did it work? Did the SFA/the SPFL get it right eventually? And subscribe for more of this type of content. And until the next video, which will be a match review of tomorrow's game, because I'm not going to the Dunfermline game tomorrow because I just simply can't. But yeah, it will be a match review for tomorrow night's game against Inverness. That'll be going up late tomorrow night, so watch out for that when it comes. But until then, I'll see you then. Cheers guys.